Hello everyone, hope all of you are fine. In last videos, I discussed about merits of advertising to producers, to traders, to customers, and to all over society. Now, in this video, I am going to tell you about demerits of advertisement. So, what are the demerits of advertisement? You all know in this competitive world, advertisement is a necessary thing. Through advertisement, you come to know about different products and services, the available alternatives in the market, and you have the option to choose the best one at the lowest of prices. But there are some demerits associated with advertising, and some criticize it for these demerits. Let's see one by one. First is higher price. Advertisement always leads to higher prices, since the cost of advertisement is not borne by the producer, rather, it is passed on to the consumer. Whatever the cost of advertisement occurs or incurs, that is added to the cost of production. And finally, actually, consumer bears the cost of advertisement. But there is also some arguments in favor of this point, that whenever advertisement is done, that leads to creation of demand, enhancement of demand, which enables a producer to produce in large quantities. That means he has the facility of economies of scale, and thus it finally reduces the cost of production. Again, second point is wasteful consumption. Advertisement leads to sometimes wasteful consumption, like what happens in case of developed countries. Due to high competition and to sustain the level of demand, producers often formulate new products and new ideas more often than needed. Like in Western countries, electronic items, dresses, all are actually used in a wasteful manner before any electronic goods become obsolete or unuseful, that is replaced by a newer thing, like we see in case of television, cars, other vehicles, etc. So that leads to wasteful consumption, whereas those resources could have been used for production of some useful resources, that is wasted on unwanted things. There has always been a policy of conservatism in India, but in Western countries, always they concentrate on more consumption, and that leads to wastage of important resources. Like in this COVID 19 crisis, you can see that most of the developed countries even don't have the required number of ventilator or the required amount of medicines. They have mm, very big facilities, but when it comes to fight with any crisis, any countries resources are not seem to be enough. So advertisement leads to wasteful consumption. However, whenever uh, any new product comes, people would like to try it, and only physiological needs are not important, but psychological needs to satisfy our demand is also important. So this is not always wasteful, but sometimes it wastes some of the, and also we will get new products only if we want to try new things. If we only buy any product when it is totally over, then there will be less demand and the standard of living will be less, and the GDP, total income, all will be less. Third one is misleads the consumer. This is an allegation which is put on the advertisers that they mislead the consumers. In often we see in ads that some untrue promises are made, products are shown, products efficiency and benefits are shown exaggerately, and in this way it leads to uh, mislead the consumers. So few people uh, actually may use this demerit of advertising as their advantage, but most of the advertisement don't show the false promises only, but they actually tell more about the product, and most of the promises made are true because there are some regulations which which regulates them to show those things which are true about the product. Again, it creates monopoly. Most of the advertisers who often give advertisement see that their demand are rising, and this way they some of the advertisers who can bear the cost of advertisement on any popular media, they actually gain an advantage, a competitive advantage over their competitors, and most of the consumers are seem to buying their product, and this way they create a monopoly in the market. But in the long run, it also gives others the opportunity to break that monopoly. Like we see in case of in India, we see in case of butter market that Amul butter always had monopoly over the market, since that is a government enterprise, and they have much more resources and investment to invest over advertisement. So they used to give ads only of butter and basic dairy products, but later on other companies also came and they can use this media also and advertising also to make people aware about their product also. So in long run, actually advertisement doesn't lead to monopoly. Again, wastage of natural resources. Due to advertisement, consumption level higher and it rises, and it leads to wastage of national resources. And some of the writers have told about that, like Vance Packard in his book The Waste Makers has given several interesting examples of how producers in America coax consumers to replace their cars, radios, etc., much before their useful life comes to an end. And due to this, what happens? Natural resources are lost, and those scrap products are only um, left as waste. And again, it becomes a problem to dump those wastage or to recycle those waste products. So it leads to wastage of natural resources sometimes, but again, this can be justifiably used by the consumers. Sixth allegation is undermines social values. Advertisements often you will see for selling products, producer uses new ideas, new way of expressing themselves or putting on their products before you, but it leads to obscenity sometimes, nudity, and mm, some of the those products which are not good for health are often advertised on television. Like you see nowadays, children and most of the grown-up people also are moving towards fast foods, avoiding the healthy and natural products which we were consuming in old days, and that leads to harmful effects on health like smoking or drinking. These kind of habits develop only due to the fascinated advertisement of these products. So all these are associated with the advertisement, but this has become a necessity in nowadays, and it has grown up into a separate industry also, which gives employment to many persons. So there are many demerits associated with that. Some advertisements are very noisy, obscene, and uh, some hoardings put out, they divert the attention of drivers. Some leads to crime and incitement to crime. But after all this, we can't say that advertisement uh, can be stopped, because in this competitive world, and when there is a complex array of products are there, then the consumer needs to choose between them. And for having the perfect choice, they need knowledge, and that hindrance of knowledge is removed by advertisement. And money spent on advertisement is not always wasteful, unnecessary, if it is spent in a scientific and responsible manner. These drawbacks can be removed through regulations made by public and the government. Producers or the businessmen who are using advertisement can use that in a more resourceful manner. Chambers of commerce and trade associations are there who can exercise self regulation and code of conduct. They can also look after the deceptive advertisement which are giving misleading or half truth in their advertisement. Consumers have also a responsibility to identify which advertisement are actually true and which are untrue, and they can have a scrupulous uh, view over advertisement, whether this can become true or not. Like you will see some ads, it's giving that it is very in 10 days get fair skin, or in very few days, few months, get a good body, or again grow new hairs. So all these are completely misleading, and anyone can understand. So these are the problems with advertisement, but this has become necessary nowadays. Let's see some code of conduct for advertiser, which you can use to see whether advertisement are according to standards or not. Or even if you become manager someday, you have to formulate the advertisement. Then it will come handy to you, so that you can make it according to the code of conduct of advertisements. So first thing is, advertisement should not be designed in for breaching any kind of uh, laws of the country, and should not offend against morality, decency, and religious susceptibilities of the people. That means advertisement should be such that it should confirm the laws of the country, respect laws of the country, and it should not be immoral or undecent, and it should also respect all the religions. Again, no advertisement should be permitted which decries any race, caste, color, creed, nationality, except for the specific purpose of effective dramatization. Yes, dramatization is needed in advertisement to attract people's attention. In earlier times, advertisement were just to show what is the product and what are its advantage of taking it. But nowadays, it uses a, mm, different numbers of psychological techniques to attract the attention and persuade the consumers to buy the product. So in this way, sometimes ethics and this respect to everything is lost somewhere, but it has to be maintained. It should not be against any of the objectives, principles, or provisions of the Constitution of India. It should not disrespect any national emblem or any part of the Constitution or the person or personality of a national leader or state dignitary. That means sometimes you will see CM, PM, these kind of personalities are used to tell you something, but that is not right. So you will see that in that no political dignitaries are mentioned, only leaders are shown. It should not be such that it will tend to incite people to crime or to promote disorder, violence, or breach of law. Now, earlier, advertisement of cigarette, tobacco, and alcohol products were allowed, but now it has been totally banned to advertise for cigarettes or other tobacco products. But you will see that is called surrogate advertisement. That in the name of music CDs or in the name of drinking water, the same brand is shown, and ultimately the message is conveyed subliminally to the consumers about the brand. But that is also not right. Advertisement should not be religious or of political nature, but you will see that many times religious symbols and religious uh, sentiments are used to uh, use the advertisement in the producer's favor. Advertisements are not allowed for money lenders, cheat funds, or saving schemes other than those conducted by nationalized banks or government. Matrimonial agencies are barred from advertisement, but now you will see that is also coming on television also. Uh, Unlicensed employment services for promising any employment generation schemes. Fortune tellers and soothsayers, those who like Jyotish and all those fortune tellers, but you will see that advertisement also comes from for them with the claims of hypnotism. So hypnotic services are also not allowed on television. Any black magic and that kind of things. Betting tips and guidebooks relating to horse racing and other gambling games are not allowed. Other false promises should not be there, like especially quality incapable of being established, like cure for baldness. Now it has been clearly proved that nobody can cure baldness. Now, if somebody is promising that to grow hair on the bald head, then that is totally false. So these kind of advertisement are not allowed. But that also comes in some or other way. Uh, Scientific or statistical excerpts from technical literature must be used wisely, like any statistical data or any scientifically proven fact. If it is uh, not represented uh, relevantly or with a scientific basis, then that is going to mislead the consumers about the product. So any statistical data or scientific theories are not universal always, so it cannot be put in such a manner that it will mislead the consumer. Advertiser or their agents must be prepared to produce evidence to substantiate any claim or illustration. Agents must be prepared. If whatever they have shown in advertisement, they should be able to prove that when it is required. Advertisement should not contain disparaging reference to another product or service or the competitor. It means so. Sometimes you will see that some other products are demeaned for the purpose of proving that our product is better. That is also not good, but that also happens in some or other way, and that is subliminally used. Like some products, you will see always in advertisement when there are two products kept there, other brand is not shown, but by using the color or the packaging attributes, the subliminal signal goes to the consumer that with which product it is being compared, but it should not be done according to code of conducts. Imitations likely to mislead viewers even though it may not be of such a kind as to give room for legal action or be deemed as breach of copyright must be avoided. Imitations must not be there of advertisements also and other product also, and visual and verbal representation of actual comparative prices and costs must be accurate, should not mislead on account of undue emphasis or distortion. Prices and cost should be accurate, and like removing GST and representing the prices, like you will see whenever the prices are shown on the in the advertisement, clearly a star is given and below that note is given that it excludes taxes or includes taxes, or it is MRP, or it is not the MRP, or if accessories are not there. In case of cars, you will see cars in cars ad prices are given, but it is written that accessories are not included in that. So these kind of clear and accurate figures should be there and containing all the terms and conditions associated with that. Testimonials, whatever proof is being used, must be genuine and must not be used to in a manner likely to mislead the viewers. So testimonials and any claims should be evident and it can be proved later on whenever required. In all other respects, the Director General Doordarshan will be guided for purpose of commercial telecasting in Doordarshan by the Code of Ethics for Advertising in India as modified from time to time. So, DG of Doordarshan will be guided for the purpose of commercial telecasting in Doordarshan by the Code of Ethics. That means it is particularly talking about one channel that uh, since it is a government channel, so that particular channel is at least supposed to follow all the rules and regulations. And this code of conduct is subject to such modifications as may be made, issued, or thought to be necessary by the Government of India from time to time. So these were the basic demerits of the advertisement. You should, for preparing for exam, you should remember all the points and at least write 4 to 5 sentences in each of the points to write in 5 marks question that what are the demerits of advertisement. Thanks.